What's up, guys? It
Meow,
is
meow.
Unpaid Invoices. You already know how it goes. The space where creators.
Why
the
did you
space where
stop?
the space where because you giggled. Anyways, the space where creatives can be themselves and talk and chat and do the things.
Yes, it's a safe space for creatives because we will definitely cultivate that for you. Because we're talking business boundaries and everything in between. We genuinely get it because we've been there.
Done
And
that. And
yeah.
been there and done that and been there and
we're
done
navigating it in real time. So welcome back. We're back for another episode. This has been fun. We are consistently doing our thing. Quick housekeeping, as usual, if you're new here. Welcome back to the episode. I wanted to do a quick OKC insight, just super quick. You're gonna laugh at this one, but don't hate me because I'm actually really excited for this one.
Okay.
An OKC insight, right? I want to put up on the board. I want to highlight Papados. We getting a fucking Papados, y'all. I just want to really.
Isn't it in Texas?
Yes, we're getting a Papados. I'm so excited.
Do they? I can't remember. There was one place I went in Texas where they had cherry pie. I don't think this is the place.
Cherry pie. Ugh.
Yes, it was good as hell. It was so good. It was blackberry pie. Blackberry pie.
I don't know. Warm fruit.
Anyways, it was really good.
Warm fruit for me.
No, what? That's peach. That's everything. Peach cobblers. That's apple.
Oh yes, you are right. That's where we come
You don't
into
eat
the
those?
sweet potato, and
I
then we
eat
have
that.
the pecan, right? And from there, you might catch me on a good day with apple. You
You got a
might.
hater on the loose.
A hater,
Anyway,
or do I just have some couth about my taste buds? I don't know.
or
So with that
whatever
being
you
said,
talk about.
hey, with that being said, that was my OKC highlight or insight, excuse me. Did you have
I mean,
anything? Did you have anyone you
nah,
wanted to
I did
put
not.
people onto?
No,
No?
I don't
Well
feel
then,
like
friend, how are you?
I'm tired.
Oh,
Good week still,
whoa.
productive week, but honestly, like I said and been saying, and all of what I've been feeling for December is really just lock in hermit mode. So it really doesn't feel like I'm doing anything other than getting my ducks in the row to bring in the new year. And I'm also trying to figure out where I want to go for NYE. So
Yes,
I
I know
don't
we
know.
we have been discussing
Yeah, we
that.
discussed that. I need to, yeah.
I don't know.
But how are
Honestly,
you?
I'd be okay with just being in my bed doing a little vision boarding and like, or just being at the crib, with some music, little vibe,
I don't know how I feel.
twirl my
My
hips,
thing
but
is, I'm
also go
getting like that
outside.
whole
So I don't
week
know.
off, so I feel like I have to use
No,
that
I
doing
agree. I
something.
feel like if you have a
Like, I
week
don't
off,
feel like
you'll
I
go
need to be here
crazy.
just in the strength that I'm like gonna have a damn near a whole week and a half off.
And that's really also
So
the other part of it too. I don't want to be in Oklahoma. I'm not really trying to be here. And funny
yeah,
enough, the last couple of years I actually haven't been here for New Year's. So this is
a little different. It's a little different.
yeah, listen, it's a little different. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I do maybe, Dallas is only 2 hours away. That's a hop skip. So I definitely can make that push it to the limit. Call some hoes up and see it.
Nah,
No, I'm playing.
right.
I don't have any hoes, y'all. It's an illusion. But no,
Nah.
I can say that I have also been just locking in and trying to catch up and hurry up and get things in place, realign some things. I know I need to pay for my LLCs and things again. That's also something
Yeah, I
that
did that in November, so
I probably was supposed to do it in November, but I know definitely one was
yeah, the
due in
renewal.
December, so
hmm
I
Yeah,
need
you
to
got
do
like I
that.
think 30 or 90 days to renew it.
Yeah, I I'm always on like the edge every time, but I always know it's in November and
I
December is
actually remembered
fine.
within the month. I just forgot.
Do you set a reminder? I need to set a reminder in
I
my
think I
phone.
definitely have something in my calendar, but whether I noticed it, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because I honestly I need to redo my calendar setup. I got
there's so many
tabs and
things.
everything set up in general of like, my old schedule and my new schedule doesn't go like that anymore. So I really need to update it.
Funny enough, yeah,
Yeah.
I need to update my calendar little like tabs because I used to have like it was fit for when I was like kind of more unemployed or like
Mhm.
definitely for year end schedule or when I was in school. That's really actually what it's configured at. Still, when I was like I had classes on certain days and yada yada yada. So,
You know what sounds good randomly?
but
A Sunday. Oh wow.
girl, actually no, I don't like
Anyways,
but like banana with the syrup and the
no, no, no,
chocolate.
no, no. I'm not asking for that banana stuff. No,
What kind of
I don't
Sunday are
even
you?
like
I
bananas.
mean, you said a Sunday, so like I'm thinking a traditional
Ain't
Sunday.
nobody always look. Everybody don't always put bananas on their Sundays. I don't know. My
I
typical
mean,
thing
that's
is
the
a
traditional
brownie or a
mental
cake or
Sunday
something.
that the masses of the medias have given me. Okay,
Yeah, I mean I get it,
so
but hell no, take them bananas off.
all right, well,
Bananas off of my Sunday, please and thank you.
that's where my mind went,
Mm.
friend. So I don't know no type of other Sunday you
I might have to hit up Brahms, y'all. Y'all might see me in a little bit.
Man,
But
listen,
anyway,
that's a goal one day to be a sponsor of Brahms. Come through, cause I'll stand 10 toes down behind the Brahms, behind any
bro,
other
I've been
burger
fighting for
place.
y'all all of my life.
Yeah, all my
Specifically when I
life.
tasted an In-N-Out burger. I've been fighting for
Boy,
y'all. I've been fighting for
going
y'all.
to
I
other
promise.
states and other locations, I'll be fighting for my life. I'll be telling the
The
people like,
only
we
burger
don't
that I
know,
feel like has
we
really
don't
came
know.
close to a Brahms burger, not gonna lie, and I have to give them their props,
Yeah,
is Cookout in Atlanta.
I haven't actually had
Cookout,
cookout in Atlanta, if I'm being honest.
Cookout, boy, and then prices and you get a lot of stuff. Yeah, Cookout is giving it,
I
and
mean,
it's like
yeah. Hey,
it's good. But the Varsity and Smash Burger, I mean, we just got
smash
ours taken
burger.
away. We just got taken away. We used to have Smash Burger.
I know, and I remember seeing it every time and be like,
Smash Burger is like Shake Shack to me.
I never
As far as
really,
like how
if
they
I'm
make
being
their
honest.
patties and their burgers, I don't know.
Mm-mm. I
Anyways,
love a good
I
onion burger.
just
See, but that's what I'm saying though. We have so many burger places. It's like kind of. I want to stand by my OGs, my real ones. His name is Brahms.
head out there on sugar free Brahms. You already know how it is. Unpaid. Sponsor.
Cappuccino, chunky shake, unpaid and Brahms. You know what to do.
And this episode is brought
Go
to
to
you
your
by. That
local
would be
Brahms and tell them
beautiful. That
you
would be such a
listen.
great, bro. We speaking of
Tell them,
that. But
go to
anyways,
your local Brahms and tell them Unpaid sent you. You about to get 10% off your services.
right?
And
Like, come
everybody
on.
do it. And if you do it so many times, then they're going to have to be like, oh my God, we need to figure out who these unpaid invoices people are. And then we will actually get y'all 10% off when you go to unpaid. When you go to Brahms, don't listen. There's power in my tongue. I'm just telling y'all right now. So, plenty of things, plenty of things.
But anyways, my bad.
But
I was
yes,
thinking
no,
about Sunday.
no, that's fine.
But
I don't really have anything else. But yes, let's go ahead and get into some tabs. Open tabs is our
dun,
segment
dun,
where we
dun.
just, open up some tabs. I have a bajillion tabs. Every creative generally has a bajillion tabs open,
A
and whatever
thousand.
browser you choose, me, Google Chrome. And so, with that being said, I'm going to start with my biggest one because I feel like it is the biggest slight variety.
Yeah, I'm seeing this. Honestly, this is kind of news to me.
You
Some of these things.
the movies, right?
I mean,
Some of the
go ahead and
some of the
introduce.
movies. So obviously, like Variety, like came out with their list of the best movies of 2025. I feel like anybody who's anybody knows what movies were of the catalyst of 2025, especially even in the first half of the year and then the second half of the year. What confuses me and what's very funny to me, I feel like when it comes to Variety is they take every chance and opportunity to be a hater. And in some regard I respect it, but it's these slight digs for me, and it's not even accurate for me again, that it's like you not even reporting like true. Like you're not even reporting true. Some of these movies
Mhm.
I've never even seen. So have you gone through the list?
I'm looking at it now. I'm not gonna
I'm gonna
hold you.
tell you number
I
one
don't know
off
nothing
rip
on here.
Dreams. What the fuck is that? I did not
I don't
watch
know
it.
nothing on here. I don't know nothing on here.
Suleiman's Story. I have actually heard this title. I did hear about it.
Oh, the only one that I know is Marty
I
Supreme.
I
That
did
is the only one on here
actually
that I know.
no. Okay, so wait, you didn't know about One Battle After Another? Okay, that's the one with Tayana
28 years
Taylor.
later
That's the
sounds
one with Tayana
familiar.
Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even know it was that called that.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
that one. So that is, I think that came in at number three.
Hmm.
Number four is a movie called The Sound of Falling. Rare is a movie that requires us to rethink the way we make sense of movies. And precious are those directors like visionary newcomer Moshka Shkalinsky, who are capable of proposing an intuitive, excuse me, I can't read. Intuitive, I have been drinking. Intuitive alternative.
I'm crying. I was gonna say I don't even know why you're reading this. I don't care about any of
I don't
these
know.
films.
Like it's
And
I'm
I
trying to
feel
get a sense of like what it is. 28 years later, I know it's the follow up to 28 days later. I heard a lot of people actually did not
That's
like this
number five.
movie.
Hey, hold on. Did you know Soliman's story? That's number
Yes,
two.
yeah, that's what the one I said. That's literally the first thing I said. I said I know
Oh,
Suleiman's story, Marty Supreme, Timothy Chalamet's,
I know Marty
movie.
Supreme. I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I didn't watch it, but I'm aware of
Um,
Marty Supreme. I
and
love
I
that
believe
color.
this is also directed by Martin Scorsese. No, this is the no. It's Josh
Marty
Safdie.
Supreme.
Excuse me. It's Josh Safdie. He was the director of Uncut Gems. It was
Mm.
just an accident. Never heard of it. Train Dreams, never heard of it. The Princess Cake, never heard of it. Steve, never heard of it.
The President's Cake, not Princess. The President's Cake is number nine.
Oh, The President's
You said
Cake. Child, I
you
was
said
scrolling.
Princess, yeah. And
Boy, I was scrolling.
number 10 is Steve. Never, and this is
Honorable mentions for Begonia. I have been wanting to actually watch Begonia. That was one I wanted to watch. Hamnet. I have been seeing them push, but it's funny because I feel like I've been seeing you more lately, and I think it literally came out like a couple of months ago. I don't know. I feel like it's very funny to notice what movies are missing, and
I'm not
notably,
gonna
I'm gonna
lie,
see
yeah,
Sinners is missing.
Sinners not being on here is kind of crazy considering
Sinners
how
not being
much
on here is insane.
everybody like
It
Alien,
literally did
Red,
what
Purple, Orphan.
Barbie. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to
So
wonder if y'all are just some
unserious.
haters, Variety. Like, I genuinely have to wonder if
So
y'all are just some haters because
unserious.
this don't even make no sense. Sinners literally was on the map for everybody. It got everybody their butts in the seats. I feel like it did numbers. And honestly, too, if you recall, Variety was the ones who came out literally 2 days after Sinners came out and was like, "Oh, they haven't made their budget
Yeah,
of
they were like,
90 million."
they kind of try, yeah, and then ultimately it was like one of the most successful movies I think of
One of the most
like the
successful
year.
original stories, one of the most successful original horror stories, one of the, like best
Was it
cinematography
horror?
for
It's
sure.
so
It's gonna
funny.
be lauded for that. It's gonna be lauded for best
They
original
considered that a
script, like
horror?
best score, probably. Like it's gonna be in those different categories, and so I think it's again funny, very 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 funny. I think it's real funny how Variety always finds some way to be real shady in their things, which leads me really too into the next one, which is Ryan Coogler talking about why he declined to join the academy. Did you see that?
I seen it, but I think I bookmarked it and or had the note to go back, but I didn't get a chance to be honest. Because now my
Okay.
top like flooded with a bunch of insane things, so I kind of don't want to be on there.
Oh,
I'm
that's
not
fair.
gonna
I know you said you
right
had like
now.
a bunch of like streamer stuff because you had been
Bro,
seeing a bunch
streamer
of
stuff
stuff.
is all up, and not only interacting with like a little bit, but
Mm,
now it's like flooding my timeline. Like, please
yeah, I
give
would be good
me
on
a
all of that as
break.
well. So I don't blame you. But essentially, the New York Times did an article about Mr. Ryan Coogler. If you're not familiar with Ryan Coogler, he's the director of many of things. He is director of Black Panther. He is director of Fruitvale Station. He's director of the
He's an
last
awesome guy,
Marvel movie.
and
Like
he's from California.
he owns Proximity Media, which is an amazing production company. I enjoy their podcast as well, In Proximity. He was talking essentially about in this interview about how post Sinners and the loss of Chadwick affected him, and then also why he turned down the invitation to join the academy. Now, I'm curious to you, did you read the article or anything about it? Because I'm curious to you, just not knowing or knowing anything about it. Would you turn down an opportunity like that?
I don't think I know like enough about it in the way of like, well, I feel like the Academy, what I do feel like I get from the premise of it is kind of like it's a group of people,
Mm-hmm.
various genres, various
I was
skills,
gonna say
various
Creed too. I
whatever.
knew he had Creed. Yeah, I wasn't tripping. I was like,
Yeah. And they are basically in a room similar to the Grammys,
mm-hmm.
debating who needs to be recognized and who pulled what, who did what, and all of the things. That is kind of what I've gathered from. Am I wrong? I mean, it's
Uh,
because everybody has it. Like, I mean,
yes, it's essentially a gathering a group of your peers who are, when you
right?
get to a
It's
certain
people
point,
skilled in the damn area. Yeah, in the field
right,
that we are in, they're all getting in a room and they're
right.
debating and
I would
putting
also
people up and
compare it
vouching for.
to a board meeting. I would say it's
Correct.
almost, yeah, like it's almost like a board meeting where you're coming
Everybody in the
in
board meeting
and
they agreeing.
correct. Everybody in the board meeting may not agree. However, it comes down to a consensus. It comes down to a vote. And so everyone's going to vote on who they feel was the best in whatever category. I was actually quite shocked to hear this, but then I really sat and thought about it, and I was like, okay, well, I kind of could see why he wouldn't, mainly just due off of personality. And it kind of fit because I listened to his explanation and his reasoning. And I feel like if anyone's ever watched Ryan Coogler, he is someone who's very careful with his words. He's also some very intentional, I would say. And so when he explained it, he was essentially saying, I don't feel like I could be someone who could judge like my fellow peers' art. I'm 50-50 on that comment because
Mhm.
I feel like you can always judge somebody's art, but I do understand not wanting it to be this crux of something. Now, there's twofold as someone who's a black person and you giving the opportunity and opening doors and yada yada yada, but I don't know. It's very layered in its contextuality of why he didn't accept, but I do think
Mhm.
the main thing I can accept is that he can always have the opportunity to do it again. It's like to go
Oh yeah.
back, to join it.
Also, he has all this success right now. I probably don't want all that responsibility. Like, can I just make my stuff?
And
Heavy on
that's
that part.
fair.
That's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. Like, I don't want to
Right.
have to do all that right now. I just kind of want to focus
Right.
on. And then his wife is pregnant. Has she had the baby yet?
No, and so then he even so in the article too. Oh no, yes, I think she has had the baby. I think she has.
Okay. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure she
his
has. I don't
pregnant,
know. I
his
will say
pregnant ass
had.
wife.
I was
Like, he
gonna say
probably
I
wants to
feel like
do.
she's been pregnant for a while because she was pregnant at the Met Gala.
Yeah, I was gonna
She
say
was pregnant
yeah.
at the Met Gala, and she was like pregnant. I felt like at the Met Gala. So I think she had the baby sometime over the summer, possibly. Not 100% sure. Um,
Mhm.
But I also would like to add too that the Oscars and the voting body has never nominated Jordan for his acting or Coogler for his directing. Indeed, no black filmmaker has ever won in the latter category and asked him to join the Academy in 2016. Coogler declined the invitation. So this was actually back in 2016.
You think it's a statement?
I'm
A
reading.
statement move?
What he's doing.
It's, I mean, how you said it, like I could, like, y'all, in a way of like, if I'm not going to be accepted, if I'm not going to be welcomed, if I'm going to be in this space that I've been fighting for, in the way of it, not even this particular space, but this world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about this space per se, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But this world, I'm in this world and I fought to God to get here. Do you think that it's a thing of, like I said, it's the act of like, you knowing for a fact that it comes with a lot of responsibility, but also like, why do I want to be, like, I know I'm probably gonna have to play to some games and I don't necessarily want to do that. And also like, this doesn't even seem like a space that's meant for me. Y'all haven't even accepted anyone, and we know for damn sure in regard,
I think
to
a lot of it too just is based like reading the article and kind of understanding his quotes and some of the things he was saying. Like he's very still trying to stay rooted and humble and like close to the ground.
I can see that as
And he
well. That's
says
what
a
I mean
lot
when
of
I say
things of like I didn't think it would last in this industry, looking at it pretty fatalistically. You know, he was like even after the first Black Panther became a record-breaking billion-dollar hit, he said he still felt unsure. And then Chad died, so I was questioning everything. It wasn't until he was done with the Black Panther sequel that Coogler finally allowed himself to picture a long career. There were points in this movie where it felt unfinishable, he said. So when we put it out and I was happy with the film, it felt like, okay, I could do this for the rest of my life. So I think it was like the simple fact if he was like, this already feels like a ride that I'm just kind of coasting on. And
this also kind of feels like it's touching on the optics of like how you are, how I think we touched on this a minute ago with a different episode of like, I feel like you have to, what's it called? You have to build up kind of like this space for yourself for you to create, and then you pull on something. And so it's like, what is that pull? I said, like, what is your intent? What is your why? Like, stuff
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, this kind of sounds like his why. Like, I'm not trying, and my why is powerful right now. I don't want to kind of get in a space where I'm doubting why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and
Right.
it's funny enough, I found out he made Fruitvale Station after the fact. That I
Did
remember.
you?
I
Okay.
Yeah, after I found out he made Black Panther. But
Okay.
funny enough, I had already seen Fruitvale Station, and then I also I remember watching it for the first time and I bawled.
Yeah.
So I never watched
It's
it.
a really impactful movie and I also too can appreciate and I really personally love the camaraderie and the growth of both of them, you know, Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler, where they've been able to just work with each other on really, really large projects and continue to figure this thing out. and build their own production companies, flow into different areas and elements of this career. Like, I think that's something really beautiful in
No,
it. But
it's
I do
hard.
think it is very interesting that he's decided just to like forego this type of situation as of right now. I just,
Would you have taken it? I feel like you would have taken it.
I think I would have taken it just for the simple fact of it's like I could wield a little bit of power, and I'm not gonna lie, like you can though.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
you can wield a little bit of power, and I'm not saying it in the like for myself type of way. I'm saying like there are movies that I feel like, look, we just said I ain't seen nan one of these movies, like bruh, like
yeah,
let's
yeah, I get you.
start
You
being in
saying be
the
that person.
yeah
But
being in the room to have
who
some of those
knows though how many other
conversations.
people probably was like that and it still, you know what I'm saying? You just
I
never
don't know.
know.
The consensus sometimes that I get a lot of times when it comes to a lot of the I won't even say the black people or just the people who want to speak up, it's like it's lauded
They're
when
the underdog.
well, I wasn't even gonna say that. I was gonna say it's lauded and it's protected when and even championed when we feel like yes, we want to hear from you. But other times, yes, you will get the no, this is not your time to be trying to do this push push ha ha parade type of
Yeah.
situation, which is very
This
fair.
is what
But
I'm
I
saying. Like that could be a.
which I totally get. I totally understand. And I think there's definitely ways to do it, but I still feel like you can do a lot when you have the opportunity to at least be in a room. Like versus not being in the room. And that's just my outlook on it. I'd rather just be in the room. I'd rather be in the room.
Yeah.
Now, would I have taken it in 2016 when they first offered it to him? No. That I would not have done. That is literally like off of his first movie. If I'm doing the time right,
So that makes
that's
also
off of
sense for
Fruitvale
him
or
to be
off
like,
of
no.
Black Panther. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
So it
no.
also makes
If they were to
yeah.
if you were to tell me he's in it now, I'd believe you. I'd be like,
Yeah.
that
I was
makes
gonna say, what
sense.
do you feel like he would accept it now?
I don't think he is just based
I
off of
don't
some
think
of
he
the
would.
statements he's
Yeah.
saying, and he keeps, talking about how this is like a blue collar job. I think he wants to stay kind of like jaded about it, like, or at least far enough away from it.
Hmm.
Some things in this industry to where he can kind of keep walls. Why are you making that face?
I'm reading something. I'm ahead. Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, I was like, why are you making a face? But
Sorry.
nonetheless, I think that's just mainly it because I don't think he's in it right now. So I think
I
he's
mean, but
also too
honestly,
he's
with the
figuring out
success that Ryan
TV.
Coogler's
So
had, like, I honestly feel like he's probably right to go with whatever his intuition is telling him in regards to certain stuff
boy, it
like
ain't
this.
failed him yet.
So, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So, whatever he's trying
Ain't
to
failed him
do
yet.
further, continue to do it. We wish you
Follow
well.
your passions. Follow your passions. Hey, follow your passions. For sure,
Period.
for sure. Quickly opening up another tab. First off, I just want you to pay attention to what's right above
Yeah,
JD
I've already.
Vance.
Oh, wait, wait, wait.
Did you see that part? Look in the picture. JD Vance
Oh, yeah,
tweeting.
yeah. I seen that. I seen that, and that's a whole different thing because I also seen. Let's, if we must, let's put that at the end.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
let's
That's
go ahead
fine.
and let's touch on Timothy
Um,
Chalamet and what
Timothy, go ahead,
Mr.
open it
Russ had
up.
to say about his take.
Open it up, friend.
Okay, y'all know who my boy Timothy, Chalamet is. No, I'm just kidding. But y'all should know, and like we just talked about earlier, he is the star of Marty Supreme, and he is an upcoming. I wouldn't even say upcoming, but I would say in the way of like he's building onto something that is like he's trying to be a great. Like the steps that he's taking on, he's trying to submit himself in this industry. He is not just a young actor coming on there. No, he's taking on things that are like, okay, I'm in the books and y'all paying me the big bucks. But basically, he did an interview recently and he talked about how he feels like within the last 7 or 8 years he's been given title or top worthy line, performances. He said, I don't want people to take it for granted. I don't want to take it for granted. This is really some top level shit, is what he said. And a lot of people online seemed like they were like not rocking with that. They were like, who does this guy think he is?
I said pause there. What's your opinion on that take on him saying that?
The top level, what that he's been given top level shit. I agree with him.
Okay.
I think he's been taking on really good roles for his self as the type of actor he is, as well as like they're not light roles. He's playing like autobiographical type of, you know what I'm saying? Like
I was gonna
type
say
of
he's
stuff. Like
taking
he's
very
not,
diverse roles. I would say he was
yeah,
in Little House on the Prairie
Marty
or Little
Supreme is who
Women.
is that based off?
It's based off of a guy who I think he was like an agent or something for baseball. I think it's what
And
it's
then
about
he
doing
just
that.
did somebody else who's the guy who made
I know he's already worked with Martin Scorsese for like I think it was
the
like a
guy
movie,
who made
which is crazy.
oh my gosh. He's a performer, but he basically did, I cannot think of the name right now, but he did another
Okay.
movie where he acted as it was like a what are those called, bro? Is it an
Again,
art
done a lot
movie?
of
I don't know.
amazing roles. Or you mean Bruce or not? It's not Bruce Springsteen. I
It's
think
the
it's no, it is
Eagles guy, the fly guy. Oh no, 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 that's somebody else. But he did do
no,
somebody
yeah,
else. It was the
that's the guy.
Beatles.
That's from Shameless. That's the bear. Him. It's not Bruce
No, no,
Springsteen.
no.
Who is
I know who
it?
you're talking about, and that's not who I'm talking about. We getting
No, I
out,
know,
but
but it's another person. Yes, I'm trying to think of the
I
singer.
don't know who his is, but it is a singer. I thought it was one of the Beatles.
It might
Am I tripping? Hold
be.
up.
Pull up his
I feel
IMDb.
like it is. But
Pull up
either
his
way,
IM. If
two
you pull up his IMDb, I'm gonna say personally, I would also agree with that. I do feel like he's done amazing work from role to role. They've been very choice. They've been chosen very well. Excuse me. Where I will say I've
Bob Dylan.
noticed
He did
Bob
Bob
Dylan. There
Dylan.
we go,
I'm
Bob
like,
Dylan.
okay.
Couldn't think of the name. I was
Anyways,
like,
sorry,
boy.
y'all.
Where I will say, I think I've noticed a pattern here in a lot of his conversation when he's getting on these podcasts and these platforms and panels and what have you, is that he keeps saying and telling everyone like, "This is my best work. This is
Hmm.
my best work. Why y'all
Hmm.
not telling me this my best work?" And so it's kind of giving like like it's kind of just like it's given like you want people to tell you that this is your best work or acknowledge you for this is like you're in a league of your own where it's like my nigga you already getting like every other role. Like I'm pretty sure you got 25 roles right now. I like you good. Like
I
yes.
mean, but they could all be shitty though. Just because I have it lined up, don't mean I'm. You know what I'm saying?
But we
I
just
feel like
said
it's
that they're
like,
not though. Like you're getting top of the line scripts. You're getting offered top of the line scripts. This much I do know, my nigga. Like, cause again, we
but
said this of a couple of episodes ago. Who was them same people that they just be rotating and shuffle around?
no,
Timothy
I get what you're saying.
Chalamet, Jacob Elordi. What's the other
Hey
one?
now,
Pedro Pascal. The other
Glenn
one,
Powell.
Glenn Powell. It's this hodgepodge of a little mix of people who they just gonna keep rotating, and I he's in that mix, and he's also been at the top of the mix. I would say he's like top three of the
I
mix
think
right
his
now.
point though is that he's saying I'm good. Do you see how much shit I'm doing, but also I'm great at? I
Is
think
that
that's
not what I
overall.
just
That's
said? Is that not what I just said? He said, "Look, I'm doing my
I
best
know
work," and
but
niggas
I'm
like y'all
agreeing.
are not hearing me.
I'm agreeing with you in the sense of why he's saying like what when you say it seems like
No,
that's
but
why
but okay,
like
but at some point, it's giving like you want some type of validation because you've said this on like 4 or 5 podcasts now. This article or this snippet of whatever you said is nothing new. You've already said this like if anything in the past couple of months,
is he
several
about to
times.
drop another movie? Is this possibly a PR to drive up
I
traction
mean,
to
it
the
could
other
very
one?
well be again. That proves my point, my nigga. You literally have the cream of the crop of press when it comes to certain things. So it's like, what are you looking for when you're going around telling everyone? I don't want everybody like again. Hey, don't miss it, bitch. The train. It's right
Right.
here. Like that's what it is. Like he like, hey, did you get your ticket? Like that's what it
Nah, hey, did you
gives.
get your ticket? Like,
That's what it gives. But again, I'm not mad at his confidence. Like I'm not mad at him being like, it's just now it's the frequency for me. It's the frequency of you doing it overly and over 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 again. I'm wondering like, are you wanting some type of validation somewhere? Have you not gotten it with your many of the accolades and awards? Like, what is this
do you
validation that
think?
you're seeking at this
Oh,
point
well,
by
I don't
by
know. I
saying
mean, that's a fair
y'all are
question, I
not
guess.
paying attention to because you keep saying it
He
in
could
this
just be
way,
talking cash shit, honestly. Which leads me to
and that's
what Russ
fair,
quoted. His overall take was is that, and Russ is
right?
always, you know who Russ is. He's a
Right. Russ
rapper.
gonna always stand 10 toes
He's
down behind
always
any
been very
creative, which
vocal.
I
I
love
believe he's
that.
still independent, and if he's not, yeah, or he's probably partnered with
I mean, yeah,
someone, but
he's
I don't
there.
know.
Is still independent, just has
Yeah.
distribution deals for sure.
Yeah, right. But Russ has always been vocal about these type of things, and he said creative. He quoted it, the tweet basically of them kind of that soundbite from Timothy, and said creative fields are the only places where people expect elite performers to pretend they don't know they're elite. Great athletes can feel like they're the best, and it's all good, but society wants top of their field creatives to do the whole, I don't know, I'm okay, I guess, probably just got lucky brand posturing. It's fake modesty so that people like you more. Newsflash though, every creative you study privately thinks they are great because they have to. Conviction is the fuel. The audience's discomfort says more about their relationship to ambition and confidence than about the claim itself. And I agree with him. I do. And I was telling somebody this the other day when I talked to you about this, where somebody, people at work, and me, I also do graphic design for my 9 to 5. And people kind of have this, I don't know, this notion that like I don't have no type of doubt. And it's like when I asked why that was, it was
Mm.
because they said they didn't hear it
Yeah.
often. And I was like, respectfully, why would I openly be just doubting myself? Like I'm confused. Like it was very like, and then at some point when I broke it down, because we have a videographer, I was like, respectfully, it's not that I don't have any doubt. It's the fact that at the end of the day, we know the doubt's going to be there. So because we already know that already comes with it, you got to be heavily aggressive on the other side, especially if you're going to do this thing for a good amount of time. Like, what is the point of me sitting here giving face value to doubt? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when it slips up and when it's there for real, it's there. So it's like in moments where I don't have to actually give in to that, yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit. I don't understand what I don't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you can just say that you're wrong. Something. No, I'm not doing that. What? That
I've
sounds like
also
I'm
found a
making
lot of
room for
people too.
you.
Correct. And that's exactly what I was going to say too. A lot of people I have come to realize when they come in and encounter a person who is just sure of themselves, a person who is very firm in their choices, their wants and their dislikes. Like I remember being in like second grade, second or fourth grade. I think it was a couple of times, and I had an art teacher. And my thing has always been like, I know what I like to do and I know what I don't like to do. I love to paint.
Mhm.
Drawing, not necessarily my strength,
You're
you
like,
know? Because I know
it's
I'm
all
not
right.
necessarily the best at it. Could I sit down and learn it? Yes, because I do have that capability to sit down and watch it. But I remember I had an art teacher and he used to be like, you need to be flexible. You never know what you're going to like or something, something, something. And it was a conversation that was about other things other than art. But I remember him being like, you need to be flexible. I said, look, if I know I'm not good at something and I know I don't like something, why am I going to sit here and force myself to like something? I'm not going to do it. I'm sure
Yeah, I
about what
mean,
I like, and that is what I like is to paint.
and some people just like that. Like I've learned to be okay with being around fickle ass people. Like that's not been I've learned that I really don't like that. And I've been able to like articulate it better or to
Yeah.
articulate it better as far as like the whole people, I don't know, the in-betweeners and the neutral stances all the time is draining. Like dang, you don't have no type of opinion on anything. Like and then when you do it's in the wrong. It's something that's like
Or
rooted
it's
in like
always like,
something
well,
that's
let me play
yeah.
devil's advocate. And it's like, we don't need, in certain instances, I was like,
No,
there's
no, no,
no
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
play
hold you.
devil's
That's like,
advocate.
yeah, that's a cop out. Devil's advocate is a cop out. I feel like some people think silence also absolves themselves, and I clocked somebody too about that. I was like, respectfully, just because you're silent doesn't mean that you didn't align with said thing. Like your silence doesn't
Boy,
mean
we just was
anything. It's
talking
what
about
you
that last
align with.
episode. We just talked about that
Yeah,
last
that's not
sweetie.
enough
Sydney,
for you to be
Sydney,
like,
baby girl. It's too late.
it's just like, geez, bro. But I agree with Russ in the sense of
Yeah.
like
And also
we
like the
should
fact that
feel
he said the
okay with.
conviction. The conviction is fuel part.
Yes, exactly. Because it has to be. It
Right.
literally has to be like he's saying. Otherwise, we would fall victim to what? This is a
Doubt.
constant
That
thing.
like everyone else
Oh,
does, yeah.
comparison.
It's the
Oh,
same
my
thing he
eye
said,
stuff
like
is
with
da da da.
athletes. If an athlete, what was it, the new show Starting Five? There's this
Yeah.
dude who
And then they just
literally,
got
I
canceled.
believe, I
I
don't know.
thought they got canceled. I mean, like they're not renewing their season. But anyways, go ahead.
I didn't know that at all. Essentially, the Halliburton has somebody who is hired to quite literally be an ass him and be like, you didn't play hard enough. You to keep him in a certain space because if he ever allowed him to get to a regular type of person where it's like you doubting yourself, you're allowing yourself to be down and have moments and you allow yourself to feel, we don't have time for that. We about to be on the road here in 2 days. Get your shit together. You are that guy. You can shoot a three
Yeah.
point for, you know what I'm saying? Like that's literally what someone's job was for him in that moment. And
I
because
mean, it's
why?
under mental
Conviction is
space.
fuel.
Yeah. Right.
surety is fuel. Like it really is something. And so it's
Why
so
else would
easy.
we do what we do, bro? I literally told somebody that I was having a conversation with somebody, I can't even remember who, but they were like, they always would be talking about what they would do. And at some point I was like, you ain't started like now none of these ideas that I didn't heard you start. If I'm being honest, like, why have you not started none?
Clock
And folks started
it.
like spewing all of this, like, oh, this, and that. But I'm like, respectfully,
Right.
I hear you, life be happening, but I'm not gonna hold you. I haven't even seen or even heard you even making an attempt to try
Right.
to figure out how to do the thing. And I was like, at some point, I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Mhm.
think it's easier for you to like just keep thinking about the things, but ultimately you're scared and you don't want to do it because you fear failing. And if I'm being honest with you, you have to fail if you're starting. So you're not comfortable right now. That's why
And
you
so
keep
then I
talking
think of
about it.
someone who we recently lost in our lives, you know? And that was something I constantly was saying, like, hey, you
I
are
mean,
upset and depressed about life. And in order
you
to
have to
get
you
undepressed about life, because
it be
everyone's going
as
to be
simple
depressed
as
about
just
life,
choosing the thing.
open
Like
your
I think some
eyeballs and put your face on the TV screen. Yes, you're going to be depressed about life. Like, it's a lot going on right now.
I
You
genuinely
got to
feel
push
like
through. Like, you
exactly.
genuinely have
And
to
he
push
was
through.
like, even like when I was having a conversation about the initial person, I was like, when he just was like, oh, I don't feel like you have no doubt. I said, that's not
No.
true. But here's the thing. I said, I think you guys all kind of feel one at ease when you think other people are doubtful about themselves. And I said, and if we want to really look into the root of that, that's an insecurity that I'm not coddling, is what I said.
Misery loves
And
company.
bro, I literally said that's an insecurity I'm not coddling. That's a slippery slope. I'm not doing
Or
that just
trauma
because you
bonding,
feel
if you
like
really think about it. A lot of
and that's
people
exact I
will
use that
do
word as
that.
well. And they were like, no, it's really not. They kept doing this
Yes, it
wordplay.
is. It's trauma
And
bonding because
but
at
then
the
I
end of the day,
said,
y'all are bonding over the fact of that, oh, we both have this
we
insecurity
suck.
of
Yeah,
we
like
could
I'm
not
not doing
make
that
it,
with
or I
y'all.
could not make it,
Yeah,
or maybe I'm not
I'm
the
not doing that.
best. And it's
Yeah, I'm
like
not doing that with you guys.
if I know though I am, and even and see, here's the thing. And I feel like this year I could say for myself, I used to coast and ride on the fact of maybe 50-50 of like on days I'm not feeling it, I can fake it. I know 110% I can fake it because then eventually I'm gonna feel it. You know what I mean? But
Right.
now I'm more so on the side of just I'm gonna feel it regardless because I know at the end of
I'm
the day who I am and I know what I am. Like it shifts at some point. But if you don't ever get to a point where you just believe it, period, like if you gotta fake it some point, fake it. Fake it on some
right.
days where you just gotta
It's just you
put
tricking your
on the
mind and brain
mask.
and exercising side of it. Like he was like, I wish I
That's
was
all
as
it
confident as
is.
you are. And I said, I'm gonna be honest. I said,
Bro,
you can be as
people
confident
make
as you feel like
excuses.
I am.
They're gonna make
Like I
excuses
was like,
every
you not
time.
hearing nothing from, I was like, anything that you thought about yourself is not saying I haven't thought about it myself, but you got to be like loud about your wants and you going to go
Right.
get it. It don't matter what you got to do, you get it, you doing it. Like
That's the
you
thing. They
have
don't
to
want to do
be
it though.
that way.
A lot of people don't want to. I think a lot of people, when they sit down and they realize what some stuff takes,
It gets nerve-wracking, and I understand that. That's why I say to a lot of people, like, be honest. That's what we talked about last episode, when I say be honest with yourself. That's a part of that.
yes.
If you don't want, you can't sit up here and lie to yourself and be like, oh, I want to be this and that, but I'm not doing the things. Oh, I want to be this and that, but I'm not getting up every morning. I know that's what I need to do in order. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we got to be
Because it
realistic
does take
about
those
what we
things, and
capable of.
it's never like a thing of somebody being like blowing you off. Because I have felt like a lot of people this generation feel like it's a blow off. Because a lot of people I feel like they want it ready, hot and ready. They want it hot and ready. When they ask you for advice, and I've noticed a lot of people, what is it like when I'm doing seminars and they're like mentors and programs, like they have noticed like people just want things hot and ready. They don't want to actually do the work. And
I mean, if
you
we being
gotta do
honest,
the work.
yeah, you got to peel back a
You
lot of
have to
layers.
do
I
the
feel like,
work. Like you have to
especially
do
when
the
you're trying to
work,
do
bro.
like in any dream. If we're being honest, this doesn't even have to be creative field. This could be you want to be the best accountant, you want to own better. You know what I'm saying? In anything, you're gonna have to analyze, where am I at? Where do I need to go? Where are my faults? How do I get better? Like, you know what I'm saying? That is quite literally just
You
the
would think
system
that's
of
how
it
people
all.
thought. You would think that's how
But
people
it's
thought about
like
it.
I
But
don't.
no.
It was just crazy to me because he said it, and it was like. little do you know, I'll be having moments of doubt. Like I do have
Right.
moments of,
I'm
I'm
grumbling over
anxious and I'm
here if
this and
like
that.
I need to drop
Yeah.
this or pick this back up or do this again or like
Yeah, but you don't. Like, yeah, but again, I was like, I'm not. If I'm not in that mode, and I also don't know you, and I don't trust you, what am I sitting up here bonding with you over what we can't do? That's loser shit. Like I literally said that. I was like, y'all kill me with this subtle loser shit. Y'all be trying to get me to be on. Like I'm not about to be on that. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not
I've
saying that I
even
don't have doubt. But you're not gonna sit up here and say I should start being a little bit more doubtful and openly insecure because it gives some camaraderie and it makes you a little bit human. No, I'm not doing that. I'm still
I think a
human.
lot of people view that
Like
as
what?
friendship though. And I've realized that too. It's like a lot of
And
people
so
view
I
that as
say,
friendship and they think like, "Oh, if we're both vulnerable about how we both are feeling," which in some spaces, yes. In
I think it's
some
a difference
areas,
between being vulnerable about your lack and then also bonding over your lack and that be like a thing
yeah, y'all
that
enable
you're
each other to
feeding
never
into.
grow.
Yeah, like
Correct. Yeah. No, I
it's not the
agree. I agree
same.
with that. I feel like if you can both acknowledge that y'all have come to the resolve of like, oh, we both struggle with, just for lack of a better example, we both struggle with putting ourselves out there on social media, right? But then y'all sitting there every day talking about, girl, yeah, I can't post on social media. What would people think about me? And then the other person like, girl, yeah, I would
Yeah,
never do
like
that.
that's
Like
contradicting like what
y'all
you're
are over
saying
here
that
and
you
enable
want.
each other and to never encourage each other to do the thing that y'all said versus y'all coming together and being like, hey, we both have this thing, but how about we push each other? Hey, bitch, did you post that photo that you said you was gonna post? No, post the photo.
Yeah,
We've done that in our relationship. I've done that
yeah.
with you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's either you're gonna iron
Bro, I get
sharpens
perfectionist.
iron.
I look at something for way too long and be like, but that's what I'm saying too.
Iron is either
I
gonna
know
sharpen
that about
iron, or
myself.
y'all are gonna be a bunch of wood knocking each other over, and it's gonna be a
But
bunch of wood chips.
also, when
Like
I say like I know that about myself, that if I sit for too long with something, I will pick it apart. So now it's like this thing of if you do want to do the thing, you actually need to do it in that moment and get off. Like that's how
subverting
I
your mind is
function.
so like a key to this game
Bro,
too.
it's
I
a
think because
tedious thing and it's not easy to
it
do. You really
requires
gotta be.
awareness, and I don't think y'all like are really understanding that sometimes. Like being creative, being a successful creative requires so much self-awareness because you're not ever going to be able to move or navigate to certain places. You're going to get frustrated with dealing with so many personality traits or people's lack of morals in this
Yeah, because
industry
I've
because
seen
people are
some
going to want
stuff.
to
Yeah,
people are going to
I've
do
seen some stuff
whatever,
happen
say
like that.
whatever to get to the top, and you might not move like that, and you're going to be hurt. And it's also going to be a thing of money, and it's going to be like you might not be making money because being a anything on the set other than the top dog 90, you know, of and who, the
Most
studio
times you're
determines
not
who
getting
that could
nothing.
be.
You put in your payment is blood and sweat and you hope it to be a credit, if we're
You
being
hope
honest.
and pray, you know, until you get to where you can leverage your knowledge and your experience. But
Leverage, exactly, because that's exactly what
that's all you
that's
gonna
what
do is
it is. But
leverage, bro. Like
yeah,
it's just a leveraging game.
I think it's I think in any field and just as an overall person that's aware of themselves, like creative field or not, like I said, even applying it outside of this realm, like if you want to be the best accountant, the best whatever,
Right.
you gonna have to acknowledge your flaws and faults and where you suck at in order to,
Boy.
either fill in that gap or you need to improve. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't
But
know. Boy, open up another tab because this one blew my mind.
and I just found out about this when you sent it. Tinder for Kids, it's called
Bro.
Wiz.
Bro. First of all, it sounds like something
I
that
was about to
sounds
say, what's
very
the
R.
name
Kelly.
about? Why is it
It
called
gets
Wiz,
very R.
bro?
Kelly. And I'm like, I don't
Wiz?
why are
Yeah,
we
Wiz is interesting.
why are
Who made that?
we
Who
who
made
got
this and why?
correct, who funded this and then said yes. So what's crazy about it is that coincidentally enough, the app Wiz Tender for Kids app exposed children to predators and Congress must act. On thehill.com they had an article essentially talking about how a 12-year-old girl was supposed to be meeting up with a 14-year-old boy that Wiz connected her with, only to discover that the boy was an adult male who sexually assaulted her. An 8th grader, 11th grader, and so forth and so on, and so many other people. One of the people was actually a U.S. military individual who assaulted one of those young individuals. Like it's like I don't even understand. So apparently just a few years back the National Center of Sexual Exploitation urged the app stores to remove Wiz on account of the rampant sexual exploitation occurring on the platform. Within 36 hours both Google Play and Apple Store both agreed. Later on though, Wiz was reinstated with what appeared to be a number
What?
of new safety tools. I don't understand how the safety
I just am
tools.
not understanding what's the point of this. I personally feel like the kids don't need to be on these apps. If they're kids, guess what you should do as the parent? You set up a play date. I don't understand what this is all
What
about.
I
I'm
like, I
very
don't even know
confused
why
on, is
you're.
this what the point of is? Like to make play
I
dates
don't
for
even
stuff?
know because it's like,
You know, back then we had Penguin and all them, but even them, they was in chat rooms, not so. But even then, bro, because people be like, "Well, we had
bro,
this,
they
this,
said,
that,"
look,
but
they
there was
increased their
predators in
age
them
limit
chat.
from 13 to 16.
Okay,
It's like,
shut this shit down.
so basically, like
Something's going
I
on.
do feel like it's this thing right now where tech companies are just creating things and they're not thinking of the social impacts of the thing. And as someone who's in the tech industry, I really need people to be so fucking for real. Y'all are creating these companies with no safety guidelines or lack or just common sense at this point. What the fuck was you thinking a Tinder for kids was gonna be? What do you what like what? They already have Snapchat. I
I'm
get you trying,
crying. This is crazy. I just read a little bit more of this article. Did you
bro.
read it?
Yes,
Did
I'm
you read it?
currently in it right now. That's what I'm
So
telling you, bro.
basically, in short, bro, somebody they to your point of they did shut it down and brought it back up, blah blah blah.
Yes.
They did the 50-year they made a claim, the
Yeah.
Hill made a
Yes.
claim that a 50-year-old man or
Yes.
whatever, like I guess was
Yes.
able to make an account. So the Wiz
Yes.
came out and was like, "Hey, actually you guys are like lying on us. That's not true." So they were like, "You know what? We're going to actually just test it out ourselves." And they had their 28-year-old something make an account and they were able to create their account as a 16-year-old. So it's like y'all did that to be like actually, and it's like, oh no,
Again.
we were still able to do it, babes. Like, sure, they're not
So
52, but he's
I don't
definitely
know.
30 on this
Kudos
damn app.
kudos to Congress, I guess, which I do feel like this comment about saying, big tech cannot be trusted to self regulate. We cannot let them
Oh
make their
no.
own homework when it comes to safety, and the only way to incentivize these companies to change is for Congress to pass legislation. Yes. Do I think we're going to get real legislation? I would hope so. They do have this Kid Online Safety Bill Act. Did you also know the porn thing is also a thing?
With kid, yeah. What
No,
under 18?
yeah, like the under 18 or I think 21 or something like that. I remember that going into effect in like red states mostly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you
Uh,
can't gotta do all this extra stuff to add. Yeah.
and honestly, they make a good point in the article, right? Before a car comes out, they do all of these safety checks, right? They make sure the brakes are good, they make sure the air conditioning, they make
Yeah.
sure the engine, airbags,
They
etc.
got the
are
prototype,
good.
they run it, they do research.
They're safe enough to go out into society.
Hmm.
Why on God's green earth would you as a
Did
tech
y'all see this?
company release something like this with no regard to
Called
how
Wiz,
people can cheat the
respectfully. Who
system,
came up with
knowing
that
good and
name?
gosh
Brandon
darn
Mott.
well that people are, again, who is funding these apps? Why are y'all getting money? Who is even telling them that this is going to be a good idea? I don't know. I just think that's just crazy, and that's really all I have to say about that.
What's have as a president and
On
what that's it.
another sad and very unfortunate note, MTV is shutting down. Do you know this, friend?
Yeah, honestly,
Kind of sad
we will
about it.
forever be missed.
Man,
You have
the
no clue how much of
days.
my mind you shaped.
The
You have
days of
no
when we
clue.
had cable and cutting that on while you got dressed in the
From
morning.
MTV Jams to MTV Hits.
Come on now, what? For
To
those of you
Dear
that
Deck,
don't know,
Final Face, like, come on,
uh,
man.
talk about it. But yes, for those of you that don't know, MTV is shutting down for good on December 31st, 2025. Put it on your calendars, mark your dates. Programming is coming to an end. We talked about last week about the Netflix deal. It looks like Netflix did end up getting the bid.
Oh yeah.
Entertainment is becoming a spooky place. If you are someone who still holds on to your good old cable, kudos to you, because that's actually
How
probably,
the hell? That
I
shit is
don't
probably
know.
high as hell right now. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I don't
If
know,
you got
friend.
cable
I've
right
heard the
now, that's the
people.
thing.
I don't know. I've heard. And I'm not saying you got to do this. And so, Cox, if y'all ever want to sponsor us, don't ever say I didn't never tell the people they didn't have to do this. However, what we should suggest, right, and or do is that people have said that if you by the time like you get like 6 months out from when your plan when you first signed on, you probably had a good deal, and it was
Mhm.
XYZ or whatever. You call in and be like, hey, bad to cancel.
I'm crying. I think we've had this discussion before because you can do that with some other subscriptions and
Correct.
they'll be like,
And so
OMG,
I
and then
say,
they'll
if they
lower the
are
price.
playing and we are living in this capitalistic society, I say play the game, folks. Call them people and tell them
He
people you're
said,
leaving. Tell them you're
we're
breaking up. You
canceling.
no longer want to see them
I am
anymore. They
canceling my
breath
subscription
stink.
today.
Say whatever you gotta say. And then
Man, one
all of a
thing,
sudden they might have some deals and some things that they can make shake and bake.
all of a sudden, and then out of nowhere, outside of their neck, will come a couple of deals.
Right.
Who knows?
So
I
who
mean, they
knows?
have.
All I'm saying is if you feel like it's safer to have cable, or if you feel like it's safer to get you a little something something off of TikTok or Temu, and hook it up to the Wi-Fi and do what you got to do. Two people pay for one application, and another couple people pay for one application, and everybody share
We're
the
gonna go
codes
to a
and
barter system.
passwords.
Yeah, I was about to say we're gonna get to a barter system
Everybody do what you
real
got to do in
soon.
these times and economies. Make it happen.
Hey, content creators. Today we're going to talk about TubeBuddy. Ever wonder how to get your YouTube videos major exposure and on the main page? Well, TubeBuddy has you, helping you with keywords, thumbnails, and titles. Also having an A and B testing to help you see what your audience likes. It's sure to get you on the main page. Sign up with our exclusive code UNPAID890 or check the link in our bio. TubeBuddy, where creativity meets strategy. Now let's get back to the show. Next thing, who is this? Because honestly,
I didn't
like
think. I thought you would
I
know.
seen this, and then I was like, but I
I
don't
was like, she
know.
looks so cute in this photo. So she was one of the. So okay, so if you're not familiar with XG, XG is a Japanese pop group. They are Japanese. Majority of them are Japanese. However, they do make like K-pop pseudo music. She used to, I want to say in the last two eras, I noticed she had her hair really short, like she had the shaved head. I was like, oh, that's
Mhm.
very new. I've never seen them allow a K-pop girly or a J-pop girly to do the shaved head thing. However, this particular group especially had already like displayed being very progressive. They were
Mhm.
breaking a lot of records, doing a lot of things. So like I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
Recently though, she posted on her Instagram that she came out as a trans masculine individual who is non-binary. She also has had top surgery. That is what the photo shows. She has had top surgery, which you can see the little scars. She no longer has her boobies. I thought
And
that
she's
was
out and
very
she's
interesting.
proud, and we
Yeah,
love it.
I thought it was very interesting just because I as someone who's been into K-pop and into Japanese pop and into that type of culture for a very long time, it's very interesting, and I never would have thought I would have seen something like this. And for it to be so accepted speaks to just
All different time.
we are in a very 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 different time. But I liked her little statement and what she said, and I thought it was very like like just heartfelt in what she said to the fans, and so I just thought it was very interesting and was wanting your opinion on
Ooh,
it.
I don't have any opinion. Much love.
Opinion, thoughts, comments, feels.
Much love.
She's 20
Regret.
years old, by the way.
They look good. That's all my comments.
Hey, all right. Well, close another tab. Moving on to what I felt like was the biggest and the baddest. Guys, it's almost the new year. And with the new year coming in, we have Monday, May 4th
Boo,
almost upon us, right? The first
boo,
Monday in May, which is the Met Gala. And they have announced their
boo.
co-chairs. The co-chairs being one Beyonce, one Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams will welcome guests at the Met Gala for an exhibition titled Costume Art. Now, I'm not
I'm
100
very curious to see what this is about to be. I'm not gonna
correct.
lie,
Yeah.
because what in the hell
And
does
so
that mean? And it's and my mind is going in various ways. It's
that could
going
be a
in the
many
way
of things,
of
and then they also could have like a subcategory and it not even be anything to do with, like, you know,
Because it could be, because costumes, I'm thinking like
like we talking
character.
movies or we talking
That's what I'm saying. I'm
plays?
thinking character, correct. And then it's like costume. You saying costume,
Are we going to be
could it
highlighting
be
costume designers, which are
metaphorical? Like,
people
could it
who
be
do movies? So we're doing like character work. So like y'all are going to show up as
this?
characters for movies,
That's what I'm
iconic
saying.
movies. Like
Cartoons,
there's so
animation, like
many.
Broadway
I
or
don't
theater.
know.
Like it's so many ways that you could books, notable. Like I
So
don't
they
know, but
have
I'm
a host
interested.
committee. Host committee is Anthony Vaccarello. Vaccarello. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm butchering your name. It's what it's gonna be. Vaccarello and Zoe Kravitz. Other members: Sabrina Carpenter, Misty Copeland, Paloma Elesser, and Lisa. One thing I will say, and this is a hell of a sidebar, and I can't be mad at her. Lisa, when they tapped over here with Blackpink into our US market, specifically with Sony, Baby
Yeah.
Girl was out and about doing her young and mid 20s type of thing, because I think she's like 23 or 24. Baby Girl was doing
Oh,
her young and bop 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 thing and stumbled upon an exec, and her boyfriend is some Caucasian exec who has been getting her into everything, the Grammys, because you know she's on her solo kick right now, Lisa. She
yes.
been at the
I've heard this.
Grammys. She's had this collab with Doja Cat. She didn't
I
have.
know she might be really be singing for
Now you
real.
about to be at you a chair.
Yeah.
I can't be mad
Not
at it,
really.
girl.
I'm not too much into Lisa to feel like is she actually talented or are you just a face? Like, I don't know.
And so
I
I
don't know.
say she's 50-50. I give her 50-50 of
Well,
both.
good
She's a
for
talent
her.
and she's a face. I think she got 50% of each. And that can come up right, that
Okay,
rounds
well,
out to
with that being
100%.
said, when we got people like Beyonce, that's why they're at the main top of
Correct.
the tops.
For sure.
Anyways, back to the people who I feel like we should shout out Lisa. I ain't girl. Anyways,
I'm shout out to
what I
Venus.
was going to say, Missy Copeland, I'm interested in that.
I think
Sabrina
there's a
Carpenter,
reason, because that does highlight some of the costume ideas that we were just talking about, right? Like
but it also says
Nutcracker,
specifically, it says
ballet
explore the
costumes.
relationship between clothing and the body beneath. And I feel like that's also such a
That's
way
what
of
I'm
putting it.
thinking of. I'm thinking of ballet. It's corsets, it's tutus, it's usually underwear, but they also wear the costumes of the
No, that's not what
Nutcracker,
I'm
the
thinking
Plum
of.
Fairy. That's costume art. That's literally what it's titled in those departments. That's what it will be. Costume art.
But I'm not thinking ballet. I get what you're saying, but I'm not thinking like that's
I'm
like a
saying her
specific.
in of with the theme being
Look,
involved, it opens
I
up
could
that
see.
avenue for people to play into the idea of costume art in
I
that
feel like this is
avenue.
gonna be a shit show.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you to
Like
leave it.
because
It has
honestly,
been kind of
I was gonna say the last couple of years I don't think have been like ooh wow you wow. You know what I'm
last
saying?
couple of years definitely been shaky. I ain't even gonna hold you, period.
I don't even
They've been
remember the last
shaky
year.
at best, and I don't. You got people who just be showing up in whatever. God knows who knows what the fuck
Don't give a damn about
at
nothing.
all. Theme
And
was
I'm so
dandyism,
against that. I'm
and
so against
nobody
that.
was
If there's
dandy.
a
It wasn't
theme,
many
I'm such a
dandies.
girl who's like follow the theme. Like
It was not that many people who were dandy, and it's
if I
like,
can't follow the theme, like it's like don't be disrespectful.
if I
That's
can't
how
follow the theme, I'm not even gonna show up. Do you know what? Also, too, this is a hell of a sidebar, but I can't wait to get to my like own personal house like that I bought, because I really love a themed party. Like, I can't wait to tell y'all niggas like, no, you need to show up in your color. Whatever food you bring, whatever drink and beverage, color. If we doing a Beyonce theme party, nigga, you better show up as an era of Beyonce. Like, I'm being so serious. Like, I love those
the
type of things.
baddest.
If we going out, oh, my next birthday, like before I go out of town for my birthday to Belize, we all going out at Steve Harvey's. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a thick
So get
ass
your
Steve
mustache
Harvey
ready. Get your mustache and eyebrows ready.
period.
Slap it on. Get ready to go. But anyways, yeah, the point is I love a theme. And if you're gonna commit to a theme, do the theme. Don't be weird.
We shall see what everybody pull up as. Not gonna hold you. We
You
shall
have
see.
little faith. I have little faith. Maybe we'll do a little fun
I mean, it's not
episode.
like, yeah, I mean, it's not like, anyways, it's not little, but it's like, like you said, the last couple of years have been kind of underwhelming.
It's,
But
it sounds little. It sounds like you have little faith.
I mean, yeah,
Who you want? Medium?
I was gonna say, yeah, I
Medium
have
faith.
medium faith.
All right.
I got some faith in some of
She said I
y'all.
got an inkling.
Yeah, y'all can change my mind, maybe.
All right,
She,
cool.
I don't
That's
know.
fair. That's fair.
I just see that just reminded me of Kylie Jenner and Timothy's latest little ugly ass outfit. Like, what was that orange stuff that y'all pulled up in? Straight out of Cadillac or whatever.
Girl, you know, I can't wait.
What
I
are we
love a
doing?
Leo in love. I love a Leo in love.
Just be doing stupid shit, girl. I
Good,
see you. You just
feet.
love
And
that
I
man.
can't
I
wait
get
to
it.
be in that
Yeah,
phase.
I was about to say, I get it. I get it. Whatever he say, you like, okay, baby.
You want
And
to
you just go
coordinate or
about your
you want to
day.
match, baby? Okay, we matching today?
Right.
Okay.
That
Like,
outfit was ugly as hell.
it was very ugly. But they both sat
On
there and
both
looked
of
at
them.
each other and said,
Didn't match their skin
exactly.
tones, washed them completely out.
That's
Y'all looked
okay.
like
Because they sat there and looked at each other and said, exactly. That's okay.
y'all just pulled up
They
to
didn't
a
give a fuck.
Midwest city little function.
They did not
Somebody's
give a hoot and a
homecoming.
hoot and a boot and a scoot. They don't care. They do not care.
I
And you
love
know
it.
what? Again, I cannot be
Being in
mad at
love. And
that.
they actually said they broke up. But anywho,
I did hear
there was
about that, but
there
again, a
was a
Leo in
rumor. And
love,
you
you
know
gotta have
what?
a
I
little
was about to say,
spice.
who knows? They probably did. And they probably did. And then she was like, you know what? Never
Isn't
mind.
he some
Actually.
sign? Isn't he something? I
I
don't
think he's a
know.
Gemini I think he's a Gemini, actually. Which even more proof if he is, that even more would be like she was like, I'm done. And he was
And
like,
so
okay.
with
And
that,
then she was
folks, I'm
like,
gonna
actually,
say
no. He was like, okay. I don't even know why you did that in the first place. Probably.
I also think it's so crazy to think about how the fact that she does have two kids, like he's dating a woman with two kids. Like,
Yeah, she a BM. Say it.
boy,
Say it.
she's a baby mother. A baby mother.
No.
She is a baby
That
mother.
she is a BM?
She's a
Yes.
baby mother. Now, hey, where I can't say she ain't up. She had the same nigga, same baby daddy. No baby, extra baby daddy. Can't be mad at her for that. So
I
do you, boo?
mean,
And so with that
another
being said, I need everybody to be so, be so.
bleeping for real.
We'll give it ring.
Okay. All right. That's a Raven in the building. What is your be so be what is it? BSFFR.
My beast so real.
That was so
My
long.
beast so
Your BSFFR.
real. It's low key a two-parter, but it's the first parter is
Oh, brother.
to no old brother me. The first part is to all y'all mother truckers who think your ego is bigger than mine. One thing about it is if we size off
I say that
our
all the time.
listen. If we put them on the table right now and pull our rulers out, you'll have to get 55 rulers because my rulers like it's
No.
gonna be way bigger than yours. And
Okay.
so I think that's something that I'm navigating now. With that being said, my second part of my be so for real is to my ego. Is there is moments where I gotta tell that bitch, hey,
Chill out.
what is
Chill
it? Let me hold your hand.
Not on my watch.
And she's like, ah! And she over there wanting to cuss niggas out and say some disparaging things and call niggas what they look like in dreads hanging on by pieces of rocks and
Oh,
prayers and what
geez.
have you.
Not the girls looking on all the teams.
But what
Okay.
have you. So that's where I'm saying, hey, I gotta wield and yield her when needed. And that comes with discernment and that comes with the Lord, the Holy Spirit's, the Trinity's help, truthfully speaking. To help and guide me on when that shall be. Because there are moments where I think everybody, everybody get on like a little high horse a little bit, and you gotta kind of, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. There is still some things that you need to learn, but there's also things that I feel like you can still navigate through, and it don't gotta be you gotta blow up everything just
Oh
based
yeah.
off your reaction. Because a lot of times I just be like, oh, set it off in this motherfudger. What's that
I not
meme
get
where
that.
Medea she knock everything over and everybody like that's literally what I'm willing to do
You
it.
talk about where she get up and she's on the
Yes,
play. But I can do is
exactly.
it
Boy,
I can do bad all by myself?
I think that is actually I could do that all
Where
by
she get
myself.
I don't know. It was so many. She got up and she
I
just
don't know.
started
No. Boy,
she
if y'all
flipped the
got BET
table, she
Plus,
flipped
let
the
me get your
chair.
password, please, so
That
I
was
can
a
watch.
different. I remember me, my grandma putting that in. She had the bootleg. She had
Boy, everybody had that. What?
ooh,
My mama
it
worked at the
was loud.
salon, so she always had a little bootleg
Oh boy, it
son.
was always up in there. Always
Okay,
up in there.
had the
Shopping,
Kevin Hart's,
shopping
had the
and
Cat
CD.
Williams on the bootleg of the CDs. What? And speaking of physical media, be so for real. Y'all need to start stockpiling. Go to your local
I
Goodwill
was
and
just
get you
thinking
another
about that.
DVD player and a VHS player, cause I show am. Cause I just stumbled upon the best. I'm about to start watching stuff on there with the commercials, with the bloopers, with the director's commentary, all of that. That's what y'all need to be doing. So that's all I got for Be So Fucking For Real, friend. What do you have for Be So Fucking For Real?
Honestly, this is to the outward world. This
Okay.
really has nothing to do with it's nothing to do with me.
Mhm.
But be so bro, stop trying to get me to be okay with this loser shit. Like, be so for real. Like, I'm not gonna stop saying it. Like, y'all trying to slowly but surely get us try to spoon feed weirdo tactics, weirdo energy. Like, I just posted on my stuff the other day because I was talking to somebody else about it, and I said that because it's like I genuinely feel like I'm at a point where I do feel I have a strong self concept of myself, but
Mhm.
also, you know what I'm saying? Not even in the best way. Like I know my ugly, my bad, my good, my beautiful, my pretty, my medium, my lackluster, all of the things.
She
And it's
said you
like,
are beautiful in
no
every single
matter, yeah,
way.
whatever. But it's like with that, I feel like there's a lot of vulnerability that comes with that. And I think it's a lot of growth and a lot of indifference that you build, not only with yourself, but with other people. So I feel like when you are navigating certain stuff, just as a person, not just even in this industry, just as a person, people, we talked about this earlier, like a strong self concept of anything or a strong anything kind of will trigger a
Mhm.
lot of people, if not most people, if we be honest.
Right.
So yeah, like that's why I'm sorry, like be so for real, like you won't
Heavy
get
on the
me to
loser
take on
energy.
some weirdo energy,
Heavy
like
on
I
the loser energy. Cause
and
it's
it's just
funny too,
what it
cause I had
is.
somebody
And
else
I
tell
think
me
that's the
try to tell
best
me
way
the
to
same
put it.
thing.
I think that I started saying that so much because I think for me at some point it was like you're a bad person, you're a horrible and it's like some of y'all not even bad for real.
You're
But what are
losers.
y'all? Y'all are something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're a loser. like like that's what it is.
And
Like, yeah,
honestly,
you're
you
not the
made
worst
me.
person in the world, but
I'm
you
not big
definitely
on
have
the
loser.
labels, and I just be thinking subconsciously about people. But when you started being like, folks is losers, da 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 da, I was like, yeah, bro. Like, I do feel like
That's the
it's
only way, Brittany.
sometimes
I'm not
folks needs to hear that
you just moving like and I think that's also coming from
energy.
a space where I looked at myself and I was like, yo, you kind of being a loser right now. Like you sitting in this a
Boy,
little
and if
bit
you can
longer.
sit
You know what
there
I'm
and tell
saying?
yourself that you being a loser, I think that's something that you can
I
always.
have.
Boy, I told myself that. I'm
Like
not gonna
that's
hold you.
why I
I've
say
even said that in
that's
my like
why,
insecure moments. I had to be like, nigga, you sound like a loser.
bro, you sound pathetic right now.
You
Like get
sound
up.
like a Weenie Hut
You need to,
Junior.
because at the end of the day, when we talk about going back to earlier, like the conviction that you have, like you have
Right.
to you have to put you got to big up yourself. Like nobody's gonna do
Big
that
up
other than
yourself,
you.
man.
And so at the end of the day,
Boop,
when you
boop.
start seeing why people do what they do, and you start seeing, I've seen and noticed that it's all because of a lot of lack and also just blindness to themselves and just I feel like other things. But it's like, bro, why do some people act like this? And I think for the easiest way for me to just be able to understand, because I'm a person that always needs to understand a why or have a why, was like, oh, they're a loser. Now I get it. Like I can't understand too much because I'm not ever in that position. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to sit
It's
over there
not
too
much to
long.
understand once you come to a very
Yeah, that's
specific
like being
conclusion of
like,
nigga,
yeah,
you're a
like you
loser.
talking
Like,
with,
oh, okay, cool,
yeah, like
sweet,
you're not gonna understand. That's
noted.
like
You're a
somebody,
brown
a
noser,
1%
sweet.
trying to understand
You're
the homeless.
this,
Like
okay,
some of
sweet.
y'all, like
And if I'm
respectfully, you
being
should. I
honest,
ain't gonna hold you,
if you
but
listening to this, you really gotta
just
sometimes
the
come to
day to
those
day.
conclusions. Like, not everything is black and white, but sometimes it is kind of like a. You can come to a notion and you can come to a firm notion, and it still be they not a bad person. They just this
They just got
and
loser tendencies. I'll say that
correct.
too. Like you got loser
And
tendencies.
you gotta
You
learn
gotta
how to
flip
maneuver and you gotta learn how
that.
to move because it's
I,
like no, you can't drop them at the drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if you do know that that is a relationship that is could be beneficial. Like you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying use people 110%, but that's not times
bro,
at
I
10.
think
All you gotta do is just navigate and move differently. Like
be
literally
honest,
peep
be
and move
transparent, be
accordingly.
real with yourself and also to other people. Like, don't overextend, don't understand. Don't just, bro, look, I just feel like some stuff don't have to be explained. Again, I say, I if you don't get it, you don't get it. Like,
Right.
I can't break it down any more than what it is broken down as. And I feel like
Right.
that's just what it is. I feel like over the course of this year for me, it's been a lot of moments where people have tried to tell me about myself, or they have crossed boundaries where I'm like, this is really pissing me off, or this make me feel this way. Why? And I've found out
Boy,
my
heavy on
why.
why. Yeah.
And it's like, and I've also peeped like, because I think some stuff as we grow, I think for me, I've also tried to come out of certain things. And then I realized, like, hey, respectfully, I think it's going to be a couple of things that you're not going to come up off of because that's you and your
Mm-hmm.
genetic code. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I can't come off of that.
And
That's
that's a
something I
fair
can't
point
change
too,
for
because
real.
I think I had to also come to those same conclusions here recently of being like, no, I'm not budging on this. I don't care
Yeah.
what anyone
Like, I just feel
says.
this way.
Like
I think
even in
this is just
moments where
me.
you be like, look, I asked for your advice, but I'm like, no, there's a reason why I did X, Y, and Z, and I'm not coming off of that. Like I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm not coming off of that. I know why I did what I did, and I did that for a reason. Da 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 da. Because it was like when you sure yourself, it's like, yeah, I can still listen to guidance. I can still
Yeah, for
accept
sure. You can
people's
accept it. You are, because the whole point, and at the end of the day, is
right.
like, I used to say this all the time, and I need to get back into
And don't
saying
be
it.
an asshole
Um,
with that
with
either.
following through with your intent, if your intent is
Correct.
to understand the situation, then you are going to be open to different perspectives of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a level of that, I mean, it all feeds into everything else. So it's just like, that's exactly why I have such strong sentiments over, I feel like, boo-boo ass tactics or takes or perspectives. Because it's like, bro, if this linger too long, this gonna get funky on you, bro. Like,
And
y'all
I'm
be
not gonna
thinking.
like it.
Bro, I say this all the time. People be like, "Oh, I can play and shit. I can play and shit, and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna be okay." No, you stink. Now, like, you don't get to just walk up and think,
It's
"Oh,
like when
because,"
you can't smell
or
it because it's like you've been in the house this whole
you
time, and
wash
it's
your
like,
hands.
bro,
Yeah, but you've been lingering in it
you've
for
been in the
so
house.
long.
You've
You
been in the
think,
house now, so you immune to it. You need to step back outside, get some fresh air, and come back in.
bro,
And sometimes it take that, but
or
I
to
don't
be
know,
like, "I'm not in this shit, but I'm around it." You got a smell to you
boy.
too, my God. Like, you still around it and attached to your clothing. I don't
Like I
know, bro.
said, man,
I'm just not a person.
you need to step outside, get you some fresh air.
But I'm just not a person,
Fresh air
man.
gonna
I
get
try
you
to.
together every time, like
I'm not for anything
every
that makes
time.
people, man. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm not saying I don't have moments for sure, because sometimes yeah, it be what it be. But
Right.
overall, just as far as like day to day life, I just don't think certain things should be kind of. You shouldn't wield certain things. Like, but he's saying that I should be okay with being vulnerable about my doubts. Like, no, why would I do that? That doesn't even make any sense. And you're trying
I
to
think
set
I've
me up
learned
because
that
you feel
from
small about
you here
yourself.
recently is to not be so. For me, I think I do it, and again, we've already addressed it. Like sometimes we have like a very yin and yang energy, but like I do it in such a way that it's like it's a leveler for me, right? Like I don't mind telling people my supposed like maybe something that could be deemed as like super weak for other people, but to me it's not really, it don't be that deep for me. Like I'm just being vocal about like, yeah, no, like I've definitely been there. Like I'm not someone who's the best at it. Like I remember one of my homegirls, she was really bigging me up. Like she's the best at editing, girl. She makes da 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 content creation, like da 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 da. And I was like, look, like I still be struggling
Mhm.
too. Like I'm not even figured out. I'm working on my consistency. Like I still feel like navigating and being okay with that space of being like I am still a student, but at the same time being like, but my nigga, I ain't this. You still gotta have a balance. That's all I'm saying. Is just find your balance, folks, because that's really all it's
Yeah,
gonna take in
right.
that regard. So yeah. Did you have anything else? I didn't have
No,
anything else. Well, as usual, you guys
I
know
did
what
not.
we're gonna say. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube is the place to be. As always, we will get back to posting on our Patreon here very soon. I think that'll definitely be a New Year thing where we get back to posting on our
Oh,
Patreon.
for sure. And I feel like we'll be
Um,
easier and all of the things will be a little bit better. And also, honestly,
yes.
y'all, we taking our time. So at this point, when you get it, just when you get it and be happy and clap. And when you get this,
I feel
be
like the
happy and clap.
consistency is
Yeah.
just is just about to ramp up in 2026. I feel like there's so many things that are about to bubble up and sizzle up and just cook up and be the things. It's gonna be a lovely
Right.
meal for everybody, and I think people will recognize real, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we will chat it up, chop it up with y'all later. Of course, it's your girl, Denise.
Yes. Follow, tell the girlies where to follow you.
Nashay Denique at Instagram, and also Denique Nashay on TikTok.
Oi, and the side of
And
she.
yes, in the side of she. But I spaced
For
out.
my,
I
yeah.
want to talk to you about, yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I almost said the other one, but then I was like, never mind.
No, no, not
Yeah,
yet.
no,
No,
that's
no,
why I
no,
said never
no,
mind.
no, no.
For me, you guys can always follow Unpaid Invoices. That is my baby. Want to get this off the ground, want to build the community, want to build the fam so that we can have more conversation and community. Like I said, also follow me on my own personals at Keirra Webster on Instagram, TikTok, and all of the places, Pinterest, if that's your vibe, YouTube. I am a collaborator on these posts. I need you to send me your YouTube. It's a hell of a sidebar. Send me your YouTube so I can make you a
Okay.
collaborator on the YouTube post. But extra sidebar, if you guys are interested in when we do our live streams, that might be something that we can discuss on our shooting days of when we live stream or go live on our Instagram. Like I said, we need to get past 100 followers so that we can bump that up. That's going to be something that we're really going to be pushing here soon. So 100 followers on our TikTok so that we can go live while we record and people can get a sneak peek of the show. With that being said, bye.
Bye. Adios.